Don't be defined by your mistakes. We can all look back and see times where we gave in to temptation, we let our guard down and compromised, we were sloppy and didn't handle a situation the way we should. It's easy to be defined by one moment in life, by a divorce, by a business that didn't make it, by how we raised our children. The enemy is called the accuser. He would love to convince you to let that one mistake, that one season, to cause you to live down on yourself, not be passionate about your dreams. But that mistake didn't stop God's plan. You may have failed, but you are not a failure. That was a moment in your life. That was one season. It doesn't determine your future. Don't let that mistake define who you are. God's mercy is new every morning. Receive that mercy and move forward. What about the failure? It's in the past. What about the mistake? It's covered by mercy. What about the divorce, the compromise, the times I've blown it? That's over and done. Life is too short to let what happened in the past to keep you from the great things God has in your future. There is an incredible future awaiting you. You haven't made too many mistakes. You haven't missed your chance. If you'll remove the labels that are telling you everything you're not, how you've blown it, you doubted, you failed, that's in the past. That doesn't have to stop you. The enemy would love for you to go through life living condemned, wearing negative labels, doubter, failure, divorce, unworthy. Do yourself a favor. Take off those labels and put on what God says about you. Forgiven, redeemed, blessed, qualified, victorious. You may have done your best, but the relationship didn't make it. You gave it your all, but the business didn't succeed. Unless your heart is right, you love God, but you didn't handle the situation the proper way, and now it sets you back. God doesn't judge us by one mistake, or by two mistakes, or for some of us, by 10,000 mistakes. God's calling on your life is irrevocable. God doesn't define us by our mistakes. He refines us by our mistakes. He will take those failures and those wrong turns and use it to do a work in us. If you'll keep the right attitude, God will use your failures to get you prepared for where He's taking you. That our failures don't cancel God's plan. God has already taken into account every mistake we would ever make. You may have made mistakes, but you have to learn to forgive yourself. Quit beating yourself up over what didn't work out. Sometimes we can forgive others easier than we can forgive ourselves. You can't change what's behind you, but you can do something about what's in front of you. God's mercy is bigger than any mistake that you've made. He can still get you to where you're supposed to be, but you have to do something important. Forgive yourself. Quit dwelling on everything you've done wrong, how you should have been more disciplined, how you didn't control your temper. The moment you ask God to forgive you, He forgave you. Not only that, He doesn't remember your mistakes. Why don't you quit remembering what God has forgotten? Quit replaying your failures. Quit reliving your mistakes, thinking of the times that you didn't measure up. That's just making you more guilty, more condemned. Maybe you too have failed. The good news is God already knew it was going to happen. It didn't stop your destiny. You're still going to accomplish your dream. You're still going to have a happy family. You're still going to meet the right person. Now do your part. Take off the negative labels. Quit dwelling on what you don't deserve, how many times you've blown it. God is saying, get back in the game.